When the film is done and the sucking up is over, reality sets in, and that's what we do. We give you the honest truth. We are Studio Alley. That was good, right? That's not that was mean, but it was honest, right?
I like the hooker one better.
The hooker one. You would have liked the hooker better.
Yeah, the hooker opening was better.
Yes, welcome to another fun and exciting episode of Studio Alley, our entertainment podcast where we talk movies, streaming movies, and movies.
And a movie.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this or not, but we like talking movies. So
talk to movies.
Yep. So I'm your host, John. With me always is my Run Rabbit Run co-part pilot. Go ahead.
Run Rabbit Run?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Was it John Updike reference?
Yeah.
Sure, okay, whatever. Yeah, it's David, I guess.
Yeah. And you can never go to the well too many times. So we are a special guest today. Our solo, the last remaining Quasar fan of Marvel Comics history. Our co-host, say hello.
Henry, read more Quasar.
Yay, Quasar.
And the only one of us here who actually is an honest person and is a good person deep inside.
Wow.
Oh, thanks.
We have
Shane.
Yes, with us again. Shane has not seen Wonder Woman yet, so
No.
We're going to try and influence him with our opinion of the big superhero movie everybody's talking about, Wonder Woman.
At the end, she saves the day.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Does she ride around in her invisible jet?
I kind of wanted a reference from that.
There wasn't even a reference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
then I don't want to see it.
So that you've just ruined that for us, Shane. Yeah, so Wonder Woman is out there breaking records, and to a lot of fanboys, she's breaking hearts.
What?
Because I'm going to be honest, before we get into it, I'm going to be honest, and here's the sexist thing. I didn't really realize she was that pretty till I saw Wonder Woman, and I thought, oh my gosh, this woman is really pretty. So, you got me. You know. I kind of felt like, watching...
You're a monster.
Yeah.
You are a terrible human being.
I kind of watching this when I saw Beauty and the Beast. There's a lot of shots when you watch Beauty and the Beast of Emma Watson's face, just for no reason. Like, bling.
Just reacting.
It's like they're just showing you, like, hey, don't forget she's pretty. And they're like, oh yeah, she's pretty. I kind of felt like that watching Wonder Woman, though. I was kind of like, wow, look, she is pretty. Okay, so. All right, before we get into it, we all know DC's kind of been, the plane hasn't been flying so good lately, so.
They haven't made a good movie yet.
Yeah, let's just be honest. Let's just say it. They haven't really had a good movie.
No, they made one.
Which was that?
It was Lego Batman. Which is not part of the DC FU. It's
right. Okay, I guess technically, yeah, Lego Batman was pretty good. Yeah.
I think Man of Steel is a well-made film. I think it's a terrible Superman movie.
Right.
I think if you take away the S and it's not Superman and nobody's named after anybody, it's an okay film.
If it's just some alien dude that comes to Earth?
Alien dude versus angry frogman, then that's it.
Angry Frogman?
Yeah, because I think he looks like a frog. What's his face?
General Zod?
What's that actor's name? He's really good. Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon.
I will find him, and his eyes are all... It's like a chameleon or something.
Right.
But, yeah, it's an okay-looking film. I understand why people would like it, but I think Batman vs. Superman is really bad.
Right.
And I think Suicide Squad shows that, man, at least Batman vs. Superman was made.
They had that one joke that reminded you of the Justice League cartoon and said, maybe there's hope.
Maybe.
Just maybe.
There was not.
And then it's just like real hope. It went fleeting away
Yeah.
in the night. It's like, ooh. But okay, before we get into the actual what we thought of the film, let's take a step back though and get a frame of reference. Right? So
frame of reference.
Right. So
Everyone's favorite.
the first time we saw Wonder Woman was in Batman vs Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How did you feel about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman?
Is it Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot?
Let's just call her Gal.
Gadot.
This is a Gal. That Gal. How did you feel about that Gal playing Wonder Woman? When you saw her slap on the uniform and say, and get all excited to attack the big creature, how did you feel about it? We were like, woohoo!
I thought she was fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
No?
I was just bummed they were using Doomsday already.
Yeah, it was.
They kind of took away from the Wonder Woman, right? It's like, oh, they're using.
Yeah, and they just kind of threw her in. You know how like they introduced Black Panther in Civil War,
right?
Real small role,
Yeah.
but he had a story arc. Wonder Woman's story arc was I punch real good, punch so good. I'm gonna punch this guy real good.
Well, at least she wasn't a trailer like the other Justice League
Yeah,
members.
yeah, that's true. She actually had scenes. She with other angles, not just one take, like a YouTube clip.
Shane, what did you think about her when you saw her?
Did you see?
I never saw
Oh,
it.
you never
so
saw Batman Superman, so you're
So
wrong.
he has the best experience
Yes.
ever.
Exactly right. You know what I
knew
thought
that on
of?
purpose.
And I hate to stop being like this, but when I saw her attack Doomsday, when she showed up and she's all excited to attack and fight,
And that sweet 80s music.
I kept thinking,
Actually, kind of like that.
she immediately reminded me of Miss Onata from James Bond. Anybody remember her from
Femke
GoldenEye
Jensen? Yeah.
with Femke Jensen? In that film, Femke Jensen literally got sexually excited by killing people, and literally she'd wrap her legs around.
Well, she
people.
killed him during sex, too.
Right, and she'd literally.
It's pretty exciting.
That's what Gal kind of looked like to me in this one. She lands all excited to fight, and like this look on her face, she's like, like it kind of bothered me. I was like, oh, something's weird about that chick. But all right, so then we all thought she was okay, and
Everyone kept saying she stole the movie, but I was like, okay, she looks the part,
right,
but she feels kind of forced in this movie, and
Right.
it's like the movie's just a wreck, and she might be okay, but it's such a wreck that I can't tell if this is decent or not.
all right. So then they announced they're doing the Wonder Woman movie. The trailer comes out.
The trailers are good.
Right. What did you guys think? What did you guys think of the trailers? It was just good. Like,
They look good.
really?
Yeah.
They look fun.
You know what also looked good? The Suicide Squad trailers. Looked so good.
So I'm saying,
Well,
I
they
just
tricked you with a good song.
Yeah. They were real good
Yeah.
songs. I like Queen. You got me, Suicide Squad. And you got
So-
my money is what you got
Yeah.
in my heart.
So I too was a little impressed with the trailer. I was like, wow, the Wonder Woman movie looks like it could be really good, but I was still hesitant. I was like, oh man,
But it's by DC.
right, but I was like, oh, I don't know. So, all right. So now the movie's out. We go and see it. Overall, what did you think of the Wonder Woman movie? Let's not pull the punch. Let's get right into it before we even explain. Let's just right away. What did we think of the Wonder Woman movie?
I really liked it, and it was nice to see hope in a DC movie.
That is a very, very good point. Very good point. You don't
Oh.
see.
That's kiddie stuff. That's what it felt like DC kept doing. Just like, hope is stupid.
Yeah, we don't
Heroes,
like that.
like, saving lives, lame.
Right.
I just want to see them punch stuff real hard. I thought this was really, really good. As a person who doesn't even like Wonder Woman as a character, like, at all, I thought it was really good. I think it kind of, you know how the way I picture it, I'm gonna do a sports metaphor.
Oh God.
Oh,
You must.
whoa.
It's gonna be real difficult too, but the way I picture it is like the quarterback throws the ball to the receiver and it's a perfect spiral, and he just the receiver just catches it, is perfect, and he like smiles with the ball in his hand, and then the freaking other team just fucking plows into his ass. Just
Right
knocks
after he
him
gets the
at
ball.
end. And that's kind of how I felt. Was like, this movie's so good, and then it gets to that third act, and then then it turns into that it's like they didn't have a third act, so they're like, let's just give it to the CG machine, and they'll just make the rest of the movie. And then the CG machine just like gives me another Doomsday fight, pretty much, and it just kind of sucked.
Isn't that how those movies are supposed
That's
to be?
what sucks. Is like they keep doing this, and I'm not even saying Marvel's free from this too. Marvel had the same problem with Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
I really like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I thought it was great, and then it gets that third act where it's just CG shooting CG, and I'm just like, fuck guys, can you just give me?
And you can't even see what's going on hardly.
And
It's
I
like-
understand you got to end a superhero film on a big climactic fight. That's the structure. That's how we accept it. But what was the last final fight in Civil War? It was this character-driven, bloody, grim, emotional fight between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers,
Yep.
and you had you were invested in this. And it wasn't. There's CG in it, obviously. There's a robot man, but it's still. It felt like the punches were real. It felt like there was a real threat. There was characters,
Right.
and in this, it felt like a CG Gal Gadot punching a big CG thing,
Yeah.
while the CG background was CGing, and other people were CGing next to her going CG, and it was just CG. So much of it.
Yeah, I think Henry said it really good there. I think when I saw the movie too, that was the first thing I thought too. I thought, wow, this movie shows that there's hope in the world, and there's a superhero that actually wants to be a hero, who actually wants to do good in the world for a change.
Yeah, I want
you
to
know?
help people.
So I really enjoyed. I like the way Henry said it. I really enjoyed the majority of this movie. It was amazing. I thought it's written really good.
Yeah.
The whole story arc stuff was really good.
There isn't a scene where Diana's like, maybe I should just let all those people on that bus drown, cause yeah.
It's better to let them drown, so that way nobody knows who you are.
Shut the fuck up, man. It was terrible.
So there was hope, but I agree with you. I thought the movie was really good, and then yes, the ending movie. It's like they had this great movie, and then they didn't know how to end it. It's
What
like
about the stash?
Oh, that stash was sweet.
the stash was
The villain stash was on
right.
point.
Right. You know he's a bad guy because he's got a mustache, right? He's a villain. So yeah, I think that
Gave it
unfortunately it builds up really good, and then the ending comes, and you're just kind of like, oh, really?
Yeah, but you kind of have to have a fight at the end.
Yeah.
You do, unfortunately, yeah. It's just, yeah. So, all right. So let's go down the list right away. So we know we were talking about Gal, and
We're talking about this gal.
yeah, we're talking about this gal in Superman vs. Batman. We got a kind of a glimpse of her. I said earlier, I said, wow, she's really pretty. That was what I noticed right away. But okay, now she finally gets to pull out all the moves. How did she do as Wonder Woman? What did you guys think?
Wow.
You guys are not selling this very well
Zack
to me.
Snyder has a very visual sense in casting, and he
Right.
casts people that kind of just look the part a lot of the time.
Yeah, she definitely looked like one.
And she looks like Wonder Woman. I don't think she's a great actress. Everyone's like, she really owns this role. I'm like, because she looks like Wonder Woman, you asshole.
Yeah.
She kind of has to. But, like, I don't think she's great in the role. I think the director knows how to work with an actress, and Gal Gadot has her limitations, and I think the director was able to work around limitations and build a strong performance. Luckily, Wonder Woman, specifically in this film, it doesn't really have too much of a personality. She's just, I'm good. And that's fine. That works great for Steve Rogers and should work for Superman.
Right.
right?
Yeah. But like Wonder Woman, yeah, she's just like, I just want to help people. You don't really get a sense of humor with her, or you don't get any lot of like depth with this character.
Right.
But I think she does a good job with what she has to do, and she does a good job. I was impressed because I've been bagging on Gal Gadot a lot because I thought her performance in Batman vs Superman was really bad.
Really?
Like her flirty danger talk with Batman, I
Yeah.
felt like she was reading cue cards.
She wasn't?
Maybe she.
Yeah.
Ah.
I agree with you. I think the main thing, I think she looks the part. She amazingly looks the part. I mean, a lot of fans, the hardcore fans were complaining because she's just not muscular enough because Wonder Woman's supposed to be this massive thing.
But Linda Carter wasn't really.
Right, but
either.
Linda Carter wasn't and pulled it off. And I don't know. I mean, no offense, and it's going to sound sexist, but do we really want to see a girl that looks like a man dressed as Wonder Woman running around? I mean, I think she pulls it off.
You can just go to MegaCon. It's fine.
Right, right. So I think she pulls it off really good. But
Yeah, Wonder Woman. It's a difficult thing because she's got to be physically imposing and also feminine. I really like the comic artist Darwin Cook. The way he drew Wonder Woman, she was taller than Superman all the time, and so she gave this. I think in the cartoon Lucy Lawless did her voice, but yeah, she had to be this exotic, sexy, but
I was gonna say
physically dangerous.
She was an Amazonian.
Yeah. So it's a really difficult. Physically, it's difficult to cast
Yeah.
somebody, and then cast somebody with acting chops. It's hard.
It's just the thing was to me is as far as her acting ability, I don't think there was enough for her to do as far as showing acting. It's just she doesn't even really react to stuff that much. I mean, when she sees horrors on the battlefield, she just kind of goes, "We have to help them." Like there's no moment where she stops and goes, "Oh," and cries or anything. She's just like,
There's
"This is horrible."
the scene where they're in the trenches and what's his name? Steve Trevor's like, well, we didn't come here, to save these people, and she's like, but that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
It's like
there's no emotion. It's just like,
I was like, it works, but yeah, it's not really sold too well. Like she she's a very 3-star actress. Like
Yeah.
just like right down the middle.
I think she looks amazing in the action sequences. She looks really good in it. I think she is almost believable. I think some of the swinging her sword around and stuff. I think she looks good.
Well, I would hope so. She was an Israeli soldier
Right, so she kind of
in real
knows how to
life,
fight,
so.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think
When it comes to action, I thought, you could feel the punches a little bit.
Yeah.
Specifically that middle act fight where she's in the trenches and stuff like that. That's cool.
yeah. Now, what about Chris Pine plays Steve Trevor? How did you feel about Steve? Chris
He plays
Pine?
Chris Pine.
You was Chris Pine. That was it.
Chris Pine the hell out of it. He did a good job. He did a good job.
We talked about this before. I think I kind of agree. I think Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. I think he kind of steals the movie.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, there's scenes. I just think he seems to show more emotion,
depth,
and there's
yeah.
more stuff for him to do. There's moments for him to be comedic. There's scenes for him to be a leader, and not to be mean, but he comes across more of a leader to me than Wonder Woman does in there. The way he's leading his team, and Wonder Woman was with him, and he's like, "I'll get you here, I'll get you there," but like he's leading his team, and he's telling her, "This is what we have to do. This is what we don't have to do." He comes across to me as more of a leader.
I'm just thinking about he really is. I think what makes this movie go for. Like, there's that sequence where spoiler, Shane. Mild spoiler. It's just not really a big plot thing. But there's a scene where they're told not to go into battle. They're not supposed to go to Germany.
Right.
And he's talking to Wonder Woman, and she's like, "I can't believe you're not." Oh, I don't know why I give her a British accent. She doesn't have a British accent. But she's like,
apparently she's very popular.
Yeah.
That's right.
chip chip cheerio. She's like, "But I can't believe you're not gonna help fight or whatever. You told me you were gonna help fight." And he grabs like her lasso, and he's like, you want me to tell the truth? Yeah, we're gonna go over there. We're gonna fight. And he's like, looks at her. He's like, "And we're probably gonna die." It's just like so funny how he delivers it, and
Yeah.
I was just like, man, he nails like all of these scenes,
Yeah.
and you really like this character.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Diana is naive, very super naive throughout the
Right.
whole film, and Steve Trevor is kind of this cynical. I've seen this war and what it does to people, and it's awful.
I think Chris Pine does a great job of giving the audience someone to relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's his main goal, and he does a great job of saying, this is what it's like. This poor guy has seen all these people die in war and stuff like that, and now he's hooked up with this, like you said, naive woman, and he's got to show her the ropes. And you get where he's coming from now, how he hates not being able to do this or do that, but he knows how it is.
And it's funny is like the other DC movies, which aren't a whole lot, but you got Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman specifically, where they play everything deathly seriously.
Mhm.
Like we're talking about Krypton and the Codex, and everyone's just so dramatic about it. Like they're like, well, we have to bring back the Kryptonian race. And by physically mating? That's disgusting. And they're all like super serious.
Right.
And there's just scenes in this movie where Diana's explaining her origin. She's like, "Oh, I was molded by clay by my mother and brought to life by Zeus." And Chris Pine's like, "All right, that's neat." Like, he just deflates it, and it just makes you go, "Ha! Oh, that's so nice." Like I believe it now because somebody else goes, "That's stupid," and that's okay. Like you can go, "That's stupid," but still like what's going on.
His timing is very well. It's
Yeah.
done really well. His
Yeah.
timing, his reactions to stuff she says and does, it works really good. Yeah, he's amazing in this movie. I really liked him in there. I really do.
And I never thought I'd like Chris Pine as much as I do.
Yeah.
Like he was fine as Kirk and stuff. I really liked him in what's that movie? Hell or High Water, that came out recently. Really good. And seeing him in this one, I was like, man, he's got that movie star quality.
We'll get into more of that in a minute, but the only thing I think that Steve Trevor's missing in this movie, his character is so good in it. The only thing he's missing, I think, is a shield. But we'll get into that in a minute.
I would say not to diss Steve Trevor. It's a shame that he doesn't have a green ring on.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, if you really wanted like a Hal Jordan type character,
He would have been such a better Hal Jordan.
He would have
been-
really. Now that you mentioned
would have been
that,
the pilot. He had a pilot jacket on too.
yeah.
That
you're
cocky,
right.
brash but brave and heroic.
Wow,
He would
you
have
just hit
fucking
that, yeah.
owned. Hal Jordan.
I'm remembering his face the way he just remember in the film the way he looks at all the women on the island. And he's just like, "Where am I?" His confused look. Imagine that same look him standing on Oa with all the Guardians going,
Yeah.
"Where am I? What am I doing?" Man, he would have been a great Green Lantern, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah. And you know Steve Trevor is not going to be in any other movies because this place takes place in World War One, so he's not going to be in the Justice League.
Yep.
So it's I think he's great in this movie, and I'm happy they went with him. But it's a shame, like he should have played Hal Jordan.
Yep. Okay. Connie Nielsen plays her mother, Hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus. She just keeps eating those marbles through the whole movie.
Right. I don't even know how to say it.
Wonder Woman's mom.
Right. The queen of the Amazons. Right. How did you think she did?
She seemed like a mother who did not want her daughter to leave.
Yeah. She
So
seemed like-
successful.
Yeah, I guess she's convincing, right? I mean, it wasn't stellar, but it was convincing.
Yeah, it was good. It's good. I wish she was kind of mean. I wish she like flat out just like said like to Diana like when she leaves like your ass ain't coming back. That's the rules.
Right. Yeah.
Because I always felt like if she leaves like oh she could just come back. If her mom was like no bitch you're gone, it's out you're out. I think that would have been more dramatic. But
Yeah.
that's not her fault. I think she does a good job
Yeah.
in the role.
I will tell you someone who I thought was a little surprising in this film, who surprised me, was Robin Wright.
Oh, yeah.
Robin Wright plays Antelope. No. Antelope. They've got such weird names, man. No, it's like Antelope. And thank you. Whatever. Something. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Something like that. Yeah. She's basically the queen's sister and the general of the Amazon. She trains on the Amazons. The reason why Robin Wright impressed me in this is because if you actually watch Robin Wright movies, she does a lot of political movies and serious movies. So to watch her actually riding horses and shooting arrows,
battle Ares,
right? And shooting arrows and swinging, like I was impressed. I was like, wow, Robin Wright pulled it off. Like, wow.
She didn't come on set just collecting a check. She did her job.
She looks the part too, man. She obviously got buff for it because she wears a little armor thing. She looks like she worked out it. Yeah. So I think Robin Wright was amazing in this film too. She's really good.
She cared way more for her niece than her mother.
Yeah, right. She was a better mother, actually.
Her mom was just like, please stay in this safe zone. Don't ever touch anything sharp.
One of the problems one of the characters I did kind of unfortunately have a problem with was the main villain, Ludendorff. Yeah, played by Danny Houston.
Danny McBad guy.
Yeah. Who
from Dastardlyville.
Who usually always plays a bad guy. And he's usually pretty good in the stuff, I guess.
Wasn't he a good guy in Harry Potter?
Was he in Harry Potter?
Wasn't he the wolf guy?
No, he was.
This is the German guy.
Yeah.
The German guy.
Captain Cocaine.
Yeah, yes, Captain Cocaine.
And this is where we get the negative stuff.
Okay, yeah. So
for the record, Viagra Man.
Viagra Man, that could be too. Yeah.
He takes a little blue pill.
Yes.
He just
stand up.
He takes a bump.
Yeah.
Like when he's feeling down.
Yes, that's a shame. As someone who hasn't seen the movie, let me explain this villain to you. Okay, the head of this German general leading this.
Yeah. Second order to the
dare I say the German science division.
Ooh.
Kind of like Captain America.
If they were some sort of mythological, named after a mythological monster, it'd be maybe Hydra.
Yeah. if there was a Hydra, the guy instead of a red skull, this guy, he's a German guy. He's helping lead his science division is designing the next chemical like gas, right? And to make him really tough though, it's bad enough he's this evil guy who walks around and he shoots people, shoots his own men, kind of like the Red Skull does. Oh man, shoot.
Yeah. We fought to the last man. Evidently not. Laser blast. I'm a Nazi.
Apparently he shoots just like the Red Skull, and he leads the science division just like the Red Skull. But he doesn't have super strength until he cracks open a pill thing and then inhales the gas.
It's weird. He grabs like a razor blade and he cuts it on a CD case too. Like he might as well do that. It's pretty much like he's totally doing drugs.
Okay, so
it does, but that almost sounds like Hellboy too.
Like a Hellboy character?
Yeah.
Well, the bad guy would sniff some type of a thing too.
Who, Rasputin?
Rasputin?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, the other weird dude.
Yeah.
The Nazi guy.
Oh, the Nazi.
Conan.
Yeah, Conan.
Cronin, yeah.
Here's the problem I had with this. I don't know if you guys saw this too, though. They show him crack this thing open and sniff it.
And he'd go all white.
And then he'd go away and not do anything. Like, what was the point of that? Like, you never even see him fight. So what was the point?
Yeah, we see him fight in the
Do,
movie.
does he fight?
Yeah, he fights Wonder Woman.
What at the end, and she knocks him around silly. It's like, what was the point of him
No,
taking
he
that stuff?
squished a gun when he was real mad.
That's all he does.
He smashed it good.
Right. So this was one of my problems with the
He's
character. I was
totally
like,
gonna be the main villain.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, well, this is. Every time he cracked that, I thought, oh boy, when they fight, it's gonna be something awful, man. It's gonna be major.
It was.
It was
Yeah.
awful, all right.
Oh man, what bothered the hell out of me with this character is that he did not quote Pulp Fiction. Remember when Uma Thurman does a line of cocaine in the bathroom in Pulp Fiction? She goes, I say goddamn! Like, I wanted him to do that. I wanted him to do that so bad in the movie, and he didn't. This character, this bad guy is awful. And it's funny, is like people, the internets,
Right.
always goes, Marvel, they can't make a good bad guy. I was like, fuck you, DC hasn't made a good one either. I was like, they gave me Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor, which Lex Luthor is probably one of my favorite just comic book characters ever, and complexity and what makes him interesting. You literally peed in a jar and gave me tea in that movie. Like, that's literally Lex Luthor. And like a bad guy, literally, like the bad guy pisses in a jar of DNA and then bombs something, and he's like, I'm the most brilliant man. I'm like, no, you're not. You wouldn't do that if you're a
He
genius.
does that, and then he ends his final thing with going ring a ding 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 ding.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so terrible. So you screwed up Lex Luthor, and then you gave me Jared Leto as the Joker. This hunka man, like that, terrible performance,
Right.
and terrible use of the Joker. I don't even. Michael Shannon was okay as Zod, but he kind of sucked too.
Yeah.
And then you give me this guy, and this guy's really bad.
Yeah.
The only difference, the saving grace with Ludendorff, Captain Cocaine, or Mr. Viagra, or
Right.
whatever the hell name you want to give him, is he's not based on any comic book character, so he doesn't ruin anything.
Right.
So he just sucks on his own. He just sucks in his terribleness.
Right.
That character sucks. But his sidekick.
Right. Well, it's obviously what happens though with him too though is after Wonder Woman beats him up and all this stuff. Obviously he goes, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start a whole division called Weapon X, and I'm gonna make a bunch of cool guys. That's what I'm gonna do.
And then eventually Wolverine attacks him. He survives the attack. He becomes a European vampire and attacks an Alaskan town later.
Which was an awesome movie, by the way.
I like that movie. That's a
I
good
forgot
movie.
about that
Still
movie.
have to watch
30 Days a
that.
Night?
30
It's
Days
good.
a Night. You ever see that one? Oh my god.
God,
that was a good movie.
No God.
That was a good movie.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's
Fun
probably
time.
one of the few movies I really like him in, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
whatever. But anyway, okay, yeah. And then he's got his sidekick. The Red Skull had
Arnim Zola.
Arnim Zola. This guy has Dr. Poison.
I will say this.
Her name was terrible.
Yeah.
I will say she looked really cool.
I don't even remember her. I don't even see her name. Do you remember?
Oh,
do you remember-
really?
Yeah, she's not even listed on this list here.
I feel like we should do an episode of story mechanics because honestly, I think Dr. Poison should have been the main bad guy of this movie.
Yeah.
And not saying that like you shouldn't have Ludendorff. I think you could have gotten rid of Ludendorff in the mid of the movie, and then you realize no, the person that's really calling the shots is the second in command, and it's Dr. Poison.
yeah.
and
Okay. So David, explain. Explain
this
Dr. Poison.
She's what's to explain? She's got a fucked up face, and that means she's a bad guy.
Right. How did she get this messed up face though?
Oh, well, obviously, there's that really great scene where they explain it, and you understand her entire motivation.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
it
I
was
was moved.
so good. Except it wasn't in the goddamn movie. You didn't get the
Oh,
scene.
right.
That's what's heartbreaking is I was waiting for
I
that
drink too
moment.
much.
Yeah. I was waiting for that moment, like, where she would be talking to Chris Pine or Wonder Woman, you know, monologuing as the Incredibles made fun of.
Right.
Where she would give this long
But it's
speech where,
helpful.
like, a chemical, she was exposed to chemicals when she was a kid, and she realized the real power is in chemistry or whatever, and she wanted to take advantage of it. Or there's a moment where, whatchamacallit, where after she was disfigured, you could have this whole feminist rant where she's all about how, yeah, that old comic photo's great.
Yeah.
Where she could talk about how, like, you know, a woman's worth is only through her beauty, and that has gone with, that's been taken from me, so now I've had to find a new means of proving my worth through chemistry, and that would have been compelling. That would have been interesting. Instead, you get her going, "Oh, I'm a bad guy," like just cackling and looking really cool though. That fucked up face design is really neat. That the mask thing.
I found it. She is played by Spanish actress Elena Anya.
Who's
So-
just ridiculously hot.
Is she? I couldn't tell with the messed up
Yeah,
face.
you
I
can't.
couldn't tell.
You can't tell with a
All right.
messed up face, but really attractive.
Yeah, I thought she's a very interesting character, but we got no backstory at
No
all.
backstory.
So I'm just like,
And there's like a plot point with her at the end in the third act of the film, and I'm just like, you haven't earned this. You haven't gotten this.
yeah, I don't know. So,
Kind of what?
so I don't know. Overall, how did you like all the action sequences though? We talked about it a little bit, like all the fighting action sequences. What did you think? Were they choreographed good, bad?
I thought they were good, but I'm also, when we went into the whole CG machine complaining,
Yeah.
I love the CG machine.
Right.
I hated they wasted the Doomsday fight, but I
Yeah.
kind of enjoyed watching the Doomsday fight.
Yeah, they should have saved that maybe for a second Superman movie, not for a Batman
Yeah.
meets Superman movie. I don't know. They
Should have happened on a cruise, and they figure out who each other are when they both go to the same room to change.
yes, would have been so good.
Yeah, I thought the action, like I said before, I think the action's amazing, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but that opening sequence with when the Germans appear on the beach, I thought was freaking amazing. When you
Okay.
have the Amazon chicks fighting the Germans with the rifles and they're shooting arrows, I thought it was freaking amazing. I thought it was a cool scene. I really liked it.
That was okay.
I know you don't like any of the scenes though, right, with the bullets come by her face.
I really hate that shot because it's in the trailer too. That scene where Gal Gadot's like staring closely at the bullet. She's I was like, oh god, that looks so stupid. I get the point. It's like she's like, oh, what is that? It can kill us. Like that's. I was like, okay, I get the point. It's just I think her expression is just really goofy in it. And, what's that? It's goofy. I think I really, when it comes to action, I think the best action sequence is that trench and into this town sequence.
Yeah.
And yeah, when she's running through the city and there's
Yeah.
bullets flying everywhere, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really liked the whole battle scene. The whole war scene was amazing. I thought it was really cool. It kind of reminded me of like all the old war movies I used to watch. You know, like Band of Brothers and Saving Private Ryan. It reminded me of that, and I thought it was pretty cool. I will admit, I kind of agree. The bullet bracelet blocking thing got a little cheesy. Like she gets up, and when she first gets out of the trench, and she's walking towards the German troops, and they're shooting machine guns at her, and she just really slowly goes, clink, bink, bink. I'm just like,
do you know how inaccurate an old World War I machine gun would be?
Apparently very inaccurate.
She wouldn't even have to do that.
Yeah, right.
She's just like, you're not even close to me.
Well, that's why if you look at her face when she's doing it, she's just like kind of confused. She's kind of like, dink, what are you guys doing? Dink. You're like, I don't know. So, yeah, I like the action there. How do you think the director did? Everybody's making a big deal about this female director. Really,
Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, and there's reports of women actually crying at the theater because it's got such women power and motivation.
Women power?
Yeah, I mean, do you think she actually she achieved what she was probably striving for, or do you think they're making more of it than it actually is?
I have an opinion on this.
Go ahead.
Do I think this film
Yes.
by
Is it a
itself?
woman power?
Do I think this film is a groundbreaking, revolutionary genre piece in
Yes.
the superhero filmmaking? No, I think it's actually kind of a middle tier superhero film.
Really?
But the sad thing is, just being a pretty good superhero movie for a female lead is groundbreaking, and that's sad. Because that's all it had to be. It had to be just pretty good for it to be. Whoa, hey, you can do a superhero movie with a girl. And the fact that Marvel hasn't done this is an insult. It's the fact they haven't done this yet is stupid.
Yeah.
Like we should already be in our second Black Widow movie by now.
At least.
Yeah.
And I acknowledge that most of the best Marvel female characters are not owned by Marvel now. They're owned by Fox with Susan Storm and pretty much all the best X-Men characters are all females.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pick out of what they have now. But you know, Black Widow is clearly the one that should probably have a film. It feels like Captain Marvel is just like not moving forward at all.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Don't worry, it'll perpetually be 2 years out.
Yeah, it'll just like boom.
I remember back when it was coming out in 2018.
Yeah, it just keeps being
17.
pushed back. But yeah, I think it's really good. It's a really well made movie. It has and it's well made and also just real simple. And that's all it needs to do. It needs to set up the first act It needs to have a climactic sequence in the middle. It builds up supporting characters, builds up the hero. You have a climactic showdown at the end. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do in these goddamn movies. And DC can't do that because they're really bad at all of this.
Well, one of the problems is when the final villain finally shows up, reveals himself. I kept saying this. He just is such a weenie to me. I'm just like,
You're such a weenie.
He's such a weenie. I'm like,
What
he's
a
not
weenie.
that intimidating to me. I'm like, it looks like a weenie guy wearing cosplay. I'm like, I don't know.
was.
Yeah.
He was.
He really was. I was like,
I enjoyed his cosplay, and I thought his armor looked cool.
Yeah.
This is a spoiler for the movie. Now, I'm not gonna say big spoiler. Or I
Right.
guess it kind of is, but it's a theme problem I have with the film. Not just. I think this is a bigger problem than the actual CG punchy fight stuff at the end.
All right.
It's the whole movie. You get Diana goes on this mission because she thinks Ares is causing World War I or the Great War.
Right.
And she's like, well, I gotta find Ares, I'll kill him, and then save the world.
And profit.
Yeah.
And
Profit.
profit.
And then you get to the third act, and Diana thinks she succeeds in her mission, and they're all killing each other still. The war's still going on, and Steve Trevor gives this great speech, and he's like, maybe people are just bad.
Yeah.
Maybe people are just terrible people, but we gotta fight to keep other people alive.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. And I was
Right.
like, wow, that is such a
And see-
smart cut right there. I was like, that is such a smart thing. Like, that was like, well done. I was like, what that says is like, yeah, you gotta fight for your ideals. Yes, people are flawed. People are gray. War is gray, except
Right.
World War II. Nazis were real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything. It's like such a great message. And then 5 minutes later, it goes, but Ares was behind the whole thing. I've got the mustache, and I'm really the bad guy. And now
I'm going to tie you to the railroad tracks and run you over the train.
And then it has the audacity. Spoilers. Obviously, Wonder Woman doesn't die in this movie because she's in the freaking future.
Right.
She beats Ares, and what happens? Everyone goes, oh man, it's like I woke up from a dream. I don't want to kill anybody anymore. And I'm like, oh, come on, guys. You guys literally
kinda
just
wussed
took
out, yeah.
you wussed out on the message you had right there,
Yeah.
which was really cool. Really, the third act should have been
it was-
she goes, oh, hey, maybe Ares wasn't behind this whole thing. And then Steve Trevor and her go off to fight Dr. Poison for a final fight.
Yeah.
Dr. Poison's gas a whole bunch of troops and shit.
Right.
That should have been the final conflict.
Yeah.
Instead of going,
Well, I argue too though, as I really enjoyed this
That's
film.
not CG heavy.
that's not CG.
I really enjoyed this film, but I will say, and here's a bit of a spoiler. Yes, if they were gonna copy any Marvel film, Captain America is the best film to copy.
Oh yeah.
Because there are a lot of Marvel Captain America not references, but seriously, it's like they just flat out stole it right from the playbook from Captain America. So heads up, everybody. So
What are they? You got German soldier killing his own troops to show that he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Then you have him.
don't forget the science division.
You have the
chemical
science division.
Yeah.
He then uses the new developed science equipment to then kill all his higher-ranking officers.
Yeah.
Then there's a whole bunch. They stop spies, and one of the spies kills himself with a cyanide pill.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Yep.
right.
There's a huge fight where she uses a shield and blocks a bunch of bullets.
Yeah.
I was like, you just don't give her the shield, guys.
Major spoiler here. So turn it off for 2 seconds if you don't want to hear major spoiler. But
There's a guy named Steve in it.
there's a yeah.
Yeah.
The big plot, the big thing at the end of Captain America was the Red Skull says, "I'm going to take a plane full of bombs and bomb everything with my new weapon." In this one, the bad guy says, "I'm going to take a big plane full of things and bomb everything." Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another big spoiler. Turn off again. Somebody decides, "Hey, I'm going to have to crash the plane myself to save the world."
Which
Well, that's-
is fine. Like I'm totally cool with a character dying and sacrificing themselves, but just don't do it the same way. Just
Right.
really like if that character, like they established that the poison doesn't affect Diana,
Right.
which I thought they were gonna do something with that they didn't know.
Yeah.
But it affects humans. It affects normal people.
Right.
So I was like, oh, there's gonna be scenes like, oh, we gotta shut the valve off on the gas or something.
Yeah.
Someone's gotta march in there. And I was like, oh, that's how they're going to do it. That character's going to march into the gas and die.
Yeah.
No, it's a bomb and a plane. And I was like, same thing.
Same thing,
Same thing, guys.
Oh, little side note too. I don't even know what happened at the end of that big fight. By the way, it's like all of a sudden Wonder Woman. It's almost like, no
Straight into the
offense,
Flash, and
it's
she gets superpowers
it's
and-
almost like
Weird.
you know how people complain as much as everybody loves the original Superman with Christopher Reeve,
Oh,
but he gets all kinds of weird powers and nobody's like, what did he?
He
what's
doesn't do that in this first one. He does in the
The
second.
second one, okay. In the second one, all of a sudden Wonder Woman has these weird powers at the end. I'm just like,
Yeah.
when was she able to do that? But
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
It's a little weird.
All right, it's my turn for spoilers.
Go ahead.
So, 2 seconds or whatever. I think they're just trying to say she's Zeus's kid, so she can do lightning too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
think-
guess that's true. Yeah,
I think
that's true.
the problem isn't really like it's okay, like it makes sense for the context of the film. The problem is it does the same thing I have problems with Harry Potter, and the difference from why I like Doctor Strange over Harry Potter a little
Right.
bit
Hand eyes.
is the hand eyes. Yeah, is Doctor Strange. They set up the rules on his magic, like, oh, you shouldn't bend reality too much unless you're in the mirror dimension, stuff like that. Like, you can't do that. You can only do it in the mirror dimension. I'm like, all right, cool. I get your stupid rules. They're stupid, but they make sense. They make a little bit of sense. And like watching the magic in this, it's just like anything goes, and I'm just like, wait, what? What's the powers? Like Ares shows up, and he's like, I could be invisible, and I could whisper, and I could influence people, and I could levitate, and I could shoot shit, and I could make shields. And I can do this and this and this and this and this, and I'm like, what are your limitations? You gotta give me like.
I was
what
just
is-
waiting for somebody to break a time turner. Maybe if I turn this
Yeah.
back in time, in like
Yeah.
3 turns, and I'll be fine.
And like Wonder Woman's powers, I'm like, oh, I get, because you're strong, you carry a sword and shield, and you punch real good,
Yeah.
and I guess you have fast reflexes, and they establish she heals fast. So it's like, all right, I gotcha. And then at the end she's doing all this other stuff. I'm like, oh no, you're doing weird stuff too. I don't understand. Too much. You gotta
All
give
right.
me.
So if we were gonna tell Shane to see this film,
Shane,
Right.
see this film.
Shane,
Yeah, see this film.
Shane, because basically what we're saying, there's problems that I think what we're saying is the final act kind of is rough, but the whole movie's really good. So, it's worth seeing.
okay to take a big drink.
Yeah.
So that towards the end, if you gotta go, it's okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But okay, if you were gonna recommend seeing this film to Shane, should he wait to see it on DVD, or should he see it in a theater? And if he sees it in a theater, should he see it in 3D or on big IMAX or just regular film? What would be your suggestion?
See it in IMAX.
IMAX, you think? Yeah.
It's a superhero movie. What are you doing? Why are you buying it on Blu-ray? Go see it in a movie.
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's and I love Captain America: The First Avenger. I think the third act fight sucks too.
Right. Yeah.
It's really like he beats him by throwing a shield thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what he does. That's Captain America.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
And like it didn't have like a witty like comeback. He's like. Then
I got you.
he's like ha! Like, oh, come on, dude. You couldn't think of anything. But yeah, it's the third act's weak. The rest of the film is really, really solid. Gal Gadot and Chris Pine are great
Right.
together. I like the fact they talk about the fact that the Amazons are lesbians. Ha!
Yeah.
I feel like the comic books have danced around that idea for years. I'm like, it's true. Come on, guys.
I think it's really
good.
I think it's really good too, and I
solid.
think they do just enough comedy. They don't
Yeah.
overdo it. They do
Yeah.
just enough comedy to keep moving.
And I think that's I think same with the Winter Soldier and Civil War. There's enough comedy in it to keep it light.
Yeah.
But when it needs to be serious, it needs to be serious. And
Oh,
that's it.
one more little thing too to compare the two movies. Did you notice the whole dance thing is really important to the film too? Like Captain
Oh
America
my
really
God.
wants to dance with the girl. That's the whole
Yeah.
point. I want to dance. And then there's the whole scene, remember, with Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor when they dance. It's like
But
that's the big moment.
that's all the similarities. There's no. Oh wait. Oh Steve also does band together a team of minorities
yeah.
to
that's true.
battle the Nazi. I mean, not Nazis. They're
Right.
Germans. They're just Germans.
Yep.
Proto Nazis.
So,
Wow.
But I think it's really good. It's a really solid film. It's the greatest film ever now, but it's it's the first pretty good DC movie.
I'll be honest with you, it's probably the first DC movie I'll buy on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It probably is.
Yeah.
It's the
No,
first one finally. I don't know how many movies they've done now. I'll probably do the first one
Yeah.
I'll buy. So.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm not even being ironic. Like I own Fantastic Four on Blu-ray
Why?
because it's so shitty. It's so
Okay.
shitty.
Yeah. See, you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
See, you're part of the problem.
I am.
You buy
I am
that.
that problem. Come on, I want to see a sequel to that because it was so bad. How can this get worse? Because it's just gonna get worse. But yeah, I'll probably own Wonder Woman. It's really good. It's a solid flick.
All right. Everybody's saying, see it. See it now. See it right now. Do you think this movie's worth seeing twice? Like, go see it again.
I'm not gonna see it
No,
twice in
no,
theaters,
no.
no. But I think it's really good.
All right then. That was our review for Wonder Woman, ladies and gentlemen. We're saying, see it. See it now.
Do it now.
If you want to agree or disagree with some of our points, or add in some more points, send us an email, or hit us up on the Twitter, or
You know what this movie didn't do?
what's that?
And I was waiting for it. The
What's that?
whole movie, I was waiting for the scene where they're gonna show like not a newsreel, but like a scene where like reporters were handing out newspaper, and they're like, "Did you hear this? There's some Wonder Woman saving towns!" Like, I was waiting for it. I was the whole time, because I was like, someone's gonna call her Wonder Woman, and it's gonna be so stupid, and you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it, because every superhero movie, you have to somehow wedge in bad guy and good guy names, and I didn't get that. I didn't get, whoa, who is this? Wonder Woman, ah.
I thought you were gonna say. I was waiting for the scene where she takes her tiara off, and there's a picture of Steve Trevor on it, and she looks at the camera and goes, oh, and she puts it back on.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like Captain America had his watch, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so David, how can they contact us?
Well, you can always contact us on the old telegraph, or you could contact us on Twitter. Just Twitter.
Yes.
I'm at Exploited Geek.
I am at Blakey Pueblo.
Night G6.
All right.
Still no Twitter account.
Hashtag no Twitter.
Right.
You can also contact us on our just good old-fashioned Gmail at storymechanicscast@gmail.com.
Okay.
And you can also contact us on good old Facebook, on our Facebook page, Story Mechanics Podcast.
All right.
But you can also comment under the video on this YouTube video, which you are watching now.
Absolutely. And if there's any movies that you would like us to give our opinion on, we'd love to share it with you, especially older movies. Anything from you want to pull off your shelf and say, hey, I wonder what these guys thought about it. We more than love to give you our opinion. So we'll be happy to do that too. So just send us a line and ask us what our opinion is. We'll share it with you. Henry, Shane, thank you for joining us this episode.
You're welcome.
Thanks
We
for
hope to
having
see you again soon.
Yeah, you guys are the cat's meow.
Ha!
Really, we're ending on that. We're ending on that. Oh,
We're
that's
ending
terrible.
on
That's terrible.
Wonder Woman!
What's the rest of that song?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
God, you're such a sexist.